Good afternoon. I'm Dan DeRose with 19 News, coming to you from our digital desk. We've got some breaking news out of Lake County, specifically in Paynesville. House fire. These pictures coming to us from a viewer via Jeff Cook. Some incredible photos of this fire, and as you look at these, what you have to keep in mind is the conditions that are out there for the firefighters. We don't have any word on if anyone was in this home. It's in the 200 block of Menor Avenue on Painesville. So again, very few details at this point, other than you can see this is a large fire, and it's snowing. It is way below freezing, 15 to 19 degrees, depending on where you're at. Jeff did have some, he was live on Facebook. He's allowed us to use these images. Take a look at some of the video he shot from earlier out again in Painesville. No word on injuries at this point, but one of the reasons that, this is something that we're paying attention to is simply because of the conditions out there and what they're trying to accomplish. You can see a lot of people standing watching this, not sure if it was occupied. We don't have those details. This is all playing out in the last about 20 to 30 minutes. And so we're watching this. I did kind of want to listen to some of the radio chatter that you hear from the firefighters as they're trying to work on this. Let's listen in.
We're going to be here a long time. What's wrong with it? Our master stream is hitting that chimney on the Delta side, and they fall over and survive everybody. We got that roofed off. That area is clear.
And we've just gotten some new information on this Painesville fire, that some of the fire hydrants are frozen. Take a look at that line right there, that yellow hose. It's not inflated. It does not have water in it. We're hearing that there is Jeff Cook from earlier. This is a Facebook Live video from just 20 minutes ago from out at the scene. We understand that Chardon is now having to send in a ladder truck with water in it because some of the hydrants are frozen in that area. That is a concern this time of year. We are at 19 degrees here in downtown Cleveland. It could be even colder out there in Painesville. Depending on where they're at, you could be looking at anywhere from 15 to 19, seeing a little bit of flame through the smoke there. But what can firefighters do when fire hydrants are frozen? That's the report we're getting out of Chardon. The Chardon Fire Department has tweeted that they are sending in assistance to Painesville because the fire hydrants are frozen. So they are sending in trucks. They'll be calling for mutual aid. And again, let's listen into some of the traffic here.
Come here. You know the traffic. Re-identify, go ahead. This is Alpha. The hydrant supply is airport out of service.
You heard something in there about the hydrants being out of service.
The hydrant supplying medicine is out of service? That's what they just advised. That's why I shut down our deck on. All right.
So unfortunately, you can hear some of the traffic. This was recorded about 20 minutes ago from our viewer, Jeff Cook. Some incredible stuff here, but they're having a problem because the fire hydrants are frozen or at least out of service in this area. This is in the 200 block of Menor Avenue in Painesville. Just some incredible work here by our viewer. And it goes without saying that we hope everyone was able to get out of this home safe. We do have a crew on the way. It might take them a little bit to get there. But as far as details, all we can give you at this point, police, we do have, actually, let me reiterate that. Police said at this time there are no injuries reported. Of course, they need to get in there once the fire is out to make sure there was no one in there.
Still sitting. Be sure to run to a city coverage, that's fine with.
But again, just from a journalist perspective, you see that hose laying on the ground. It clearly was being stretched to another hydrant. The fact that it is not inflated means that there is no water running through that hose that you see right there. It is pretty flat. Normally it would be about as round as a football, even bigger or rounder than a basketball, because that is a main line that they would be using. So clearly some major issues out there.
It looks like they're going to be medical for the fire scene. I will make sure of that, and then if that's so, we can take city.
Any water that...
Alpha Bravo corner, turn away off.
Any water that they are putting on that currently is water that comes from the trucks that they carry, whether it's a pumper truck or a ladder truck, being able to transfer. But these are some issues. You can see police moving him back, and I tell you what we're going to do is we're going to start that video over and we'll watch that just one more time. Again, reiterating our breaking news, resetting here if you're just joining us, a house fire in Painesville. We sort of have two stories here. The fire itself, we're being told no injuries reported at this time, but of course they need to put the fire out to be able to get in there. This happened, broke out of around 11:45, so details are a little bit tough to come by just yet. They're still trying to put this out. That's the other side of the story, is that conditions are so cold out there and all over Northeast Ohio that you can hear in some of the traffic that the fire hydrants are frozen and that they're having problems getting water to this home on the 200 block of Menor Avenue. We have seen a tweet from the Chardon Fire Department. They are sending resources, trucks with water in them to try and help in this situation. This is where you see the mutual aid and the partnerships of neighboring communities come into play. Let's watch at least the start of this video one more time. Again, this was a live video about 25 minutes ago, shot by our viewer Jeff Cook. Just some incredible stuff out there, and you can hear the scanner traffic and water, frozen water, becoming an issue.
Water's light expand. Was there traffic for command? Station water's live. Yeah, you're fucking intake completely dry. I was going to think about putting another 3-inch off the side of the plug, but I think we're getting all the water we can get out of this thing. Just with this 4-inch, 5-inch. I believe that's the case. We are completely tapped out. I don't know what they got flowing in there, but I don't know if I'm starving my truck here with water or not. Probably a couple thousand gallons. All right, thank you. We're going to be here a long time. Affirmative. Our master stream is hitting that chimney on the Delta side, and they fall over and survive everybody. We got that roofed off. That area is clear. 2700 is concerned about the chimney on Bravo. Can you take a look and see if that's good?
No, I'm going to come over now.
RCC 25. Go ahead. Just contacted the water department. I told them to kick it off. They're going to try to as much as they can. Just thought, Jimmy. Thank you.
So that's what we're dealing with in Painesville, and really what departments all over Northeast Ohio are going to be dealing with. There is a fire currently ongoing in Lake County. This is on Menor Avenue in Painesville, about the 200 block. Police originally telling us there are no early reports of injuries. Fire department's having a problem getting water. It's just too damn cold out there, 19 degrees, if not colder. Fire hydrants have frozen over. Chardon sending in a truck with water from a neighboring community. So that is really the dangerous side of what Northeast Ohio has been dealing with for about the last 2 weeks now. and it's only going to get worse. The temperatures being forecasted for Monday and Tuesday are even worse than what we're seeing now. This is where everyone needs to be careful. Think about your space heaters. If you were to have your home catch on fire, you hope the fire department is going to be able to help you. But when it's this cold and fire hydrants freeze and water is a scarcity, it is going to become an issue. If we have any other breaking news, it'll be right here on our digital platforms. Otherwise, look for updates on our 3.5 hours of news at 3 o'clock on Channel 19. Until then, I'm Dan DeRose with 19 News. Have a good afternoon.
19 News is everywhere. Download our CTV apps and